Yes, you're still watching C Morning Show. With us, we're going to discuss about the price of basic commodities on this segment. Egg prices continue to soar in Medan, North Sumatra. Meanwhile, lontong or rice cake producers in Cirebon, West Java were forced to reduce the size of their products due to the high rice prices.
According to the National Food Agency, the soaring price was attributed to limited supplies caused by the El Nino phenomenon.
Commodity prices at Sukaramai Traditional Market in Medan, North Sumatra have been skyrocketing since last week. These commodities include eggs, which cost from 46,500 rupiah up to 63,000 rupiah per tray, or around 1,500 rupiah to over 2,000 rupiah per piece.
Kayaknya tadi juga agak kesulitan mengatur uang untuk belanja karena bagaimanapun penjualan tidak naik, sementara kami belanja harus bayar lebih tinggi atau lebih mahal daripada biasanya.
Dampak kali lah bang, berdampak kali penjualannya makin sepi, penjualan pun menurun.
Damansari District. Again, meanwhile, the West Jakarta Police, Damansari District Police, and Dharma Bhakti Temple distributed free rice to local residents amid high rice prices. Many of them extended their gratitude for their assistance from local authorities.
Ya iya, dapatnya sedikit katanya, gitu ya. Tapi sih paham, pada ngerti gitu. Ya berasnya mahal, tahulah gitu. 2.000 lontong, 2 biji 50 kilo. Harapannya ya pengen turun lagi gitu loh, biar ya sama-sama enak lah, ada untuk.
Hundreds of residents waited in line for hours during a special pop-up market at Manonjaya Square, West Java on Friday. The event, organized by the National Food Agency in partnership with the Pujo Pertiwi Foundation, aimed to address the soaring rice prices. Currently, premium rice is sold at 16,500 rupiah per kilogram, while medium rice is around 15,000 rupiah per kilogram. However, rice was sold at 55,000 rupiah for 5 kilograms during the event.
The rise in rice prices is attributed to reduced supply caused by the El Nino phenomenon. Additionally, the event offered other food items like eggs, cooking oil, flour, meat, and vegetables at discounted prices compared to the market rates.
Ya, alhamdulillah dengan ada kegiatannya dari Kapolres, dari Polsek, Taman Sari, dengan dibantu dengan Dharma Bhakti. Alhamdulillah warga dengan kenaikan harga beras ini bisa membantu ke wilayah RW 03, terutama Kelurahan Krukut.
Adapun untuk jumlah yang disalurkan sejumlah 300 paket kantong beras, 300 kantong beras yang disalurkan kepada seluruh masyarakat yang ada di sini. Semoga apa yang dilaksanakan pada hari ini memberikan manfaat yang baik bagi seluruh masyarakat yang ada di wilayah RW 345, Kelurahan Krukut, Kecamatan Taman Sari.
Therefore, the prices of both premium and medium rice continue to hike and set a records high. This is according to the Food Prices Panel. The price of premium rice increased by 60 rupiah to 16,270 rupiah per kilogram today, while medium rice rose by 90 rupiah to 14,230 rupiah per kilogram.
The government has identified El Nino as one of the main causes of disruptions in local rice production, leading to an increase in prices amid disruptions in the global supply. However, the situation should have been anticipated by the government, considering that the threat of weather disruption has been forecasted long ago.
Yeah, certainly, Alin. How does the analysis of the increase in security or rice stock affect commodity prices? Joining us this morning in the studio is Bapak Joshua Pardede. Good morning, Mas Joshua. Thank you so much for being here with us. Again, before we go deep dive in regards to the price hike, we would like to ask you also on the insights of rice, especially during the Q1 of 2024.
So actually, when we look at the data from BPS, Statistics of Indonesia, from year to year, actually in the beginning of the year, the production of the stock of rice tended to be decreasing because we're heading to the next harvest season. Actually, the big harvest season will happen in March or April.
Okay.
So
It's coming
basically,
soon?
yeah, it's coming soon.
Yeah.
So, but basically from end of year until beginning of the year, the stock of rice continued to decline, and then the price of rices also tended to be increasing. So I think this is also already seasonal factor. Yeah. But not to mention also, I think we also note that since October last year, the effect of El Nino continued to affect the rice prices. So basically, the third one, I think, because of the import restrictions. Yeah, because Indonesia is not the only country that experienced the El Nino, but also Vietnam, Thailand, and other rice producers also
major rice producers
also experience the same.
That's right.
So, for example, like India, they already ban the export of basmati rice.
Yeah.
So basically, the imports restriction also hamper the supply of food product, especially rice, in the beginning of the year. So that's why the seasonal factor, El Nino, and then import restriction, I think those factors that affect the rice price development so far.
Do you think that there are other factors, for example, like the mismatch between the selling price for the retailers for the premium rice, and that's why it it disrupt the supply for premium rice?
Yeah, when
modern retails.
When we look at the data, actually, when we're talking about the price of rice in the traditional market, actually, the price tend to be stable. There's no significant hike. But when we're talking about the rice price in the modern market retailer,
yes,
because they are not allowed to sell at the high level. There's a ceiling price that will be allowed by the government for the retailers. It's similar to the cooking oil that happened couple times ago. So basically, the retailer cannot sell the rice at the high level. So they tend to limit the sales to the customers. So maybe if you go to the retailer currently, you are allowed only to buy only one pack, one sack of rice,
That's
5
right.
kilos.
That's right.
Yes.
Not more than that, because they will be burdened by the difference between the cost production, the price that they buy from the wholesaler, compared to the price that they can sell to the customers. So that's why I think hopefully in the March or April during the harvest season, hopefully the production of rice will increase, and then it will be normalizing as well.
Yeah, not only that the price got increased, some of the brands is out there, especially on retail. One of my favorite rice is not there anymore. It has not been there for the past 6 months. Now, I knew it because of the El Nino phenomenon, and because of that, it disrupted the production itself.
And also because of the import. And how do you think that the rising the price of rice will affect our inflation number?
So actually, when we look at the Statistics of Indonesia data last month, the inflation data still tended to be manageable. The healthcare inflation continued to record below 3%, although the food inflation currently growing around 7% year on year. And then when I look at the February data, actually the contributor of rice price actually a little bit higher for the February inflation. So we're expecting that the food inflation continue to record high. However, on the other hand, the administered price inflation and then core inflation tended to be manageable as well. So we're expecting that the headline, the overall inflation in February actually still manageable below 3%. So hopefully this would not affect significantly to the purchasing power, because as I mentioned, because the price in the traditional market remain stable. However, for the middle up people, maybe they will be affected significantly by the increase in the wholesaler or the retailer price.
Should we say that the rice prices really becomes the pedestal and become a dominant effect in increasing price, excuse me, in every other commodities, let's say? And can you elaborate how this is related when the rice price hike, then everything just go up beyond?
Yeah, because rice is very popular for Indonesian. You are not you eat rice every day for Indonesian, and then secondly, I think rice is an important product for other products, for example, like poultry and then processed food. Yeah, most of them are using rice as a raw materials. So whenever the rice price increases, so basically other products also will follow. So that's why because some substitute products from rice also continue to increase, because there's a economic theory. Yeah, whenever the price of one product increases, the substitute of this product also follow the increases. So basically, we are seeing that, not to mention also because of the cost of production, because of the cost production, because the processed food and then poultry, the raw materials, the rice, which is the raw materials, continue to increase. The price of other commodities also will follow.
So Pak Joshua, in like 2 weeks' time, we're entering the Ramadan month, where usually like we have a pattern that the food prices will increase. What should the government do for our people?
Yeah, I think in the short term we can continue to optimize the imports policies. Yeah, although we are not saying that imports is not good. Yeah, but for now, looking at the condition that the domestic supply to meet the domestic demand is very critical. Yeah, when the government needs to make sure that the domestic supply is meeting the demand. Yeah, and then the second one, I think we hope that the harvest season in this year will be better to offset the drought season since last couple months. Yeah, so basically in the last couple months we noted that drought happening. So we hope that in March or April the harvest season will lead to the high production. Yeah, and then third one, I think we need to promote the Indonesian people to eat other than rice, in order to mitigate the inflationary spike, because when Indonesian people like to still consume rice without any substitution, I think the price will continue to increase. Yeah, but whenever there is a substitution of the commodities, I think the price of the rice could be manageable.
How effective is market operation conducted by the government so far?
So I think Bulog and then Bappenas already coordinate hand in hand together. So basically, hopefully there is no any disturbances for the low income people. But as I mentioned, because the impact will be affecting the medium to high income people. Yeah, because the price in the retailers, the price in the wholesaler still continuing to increase. Yeah, so that's why I think we are a bit optimistic. Yeah, because we are heading to the March April harvest season. So we hope that the production will kind of offset or can meet the domestic demand.
Yeah, and also with the geopolitical tension right now, especially what's happening also in the Middle East, things are just going eruption, especially in 2024 in the world, and this also cost effect to Indonesia. One more last question from us, Bapak Joshua. How should we now convey to the public, for them to just be calm and whatnot? Because this is not only happening in Indonesia. Some might say why is it only happening to us? But if you said before, in the Southeast Asian region itself, this has also cost an effect on all regions. So how should we anticipate?
Speaking of oil price, I don't think that the government will adjust the oil price, because oil price is very critical as well to the other food commodities. Yeah. Because of our fiscal condition, and then the oil price currently still below $100 per barrel. So I think the government don't need to doesn't need to adjust the fuel price, for example, subsidized fuel price. But for the suggestion, I think we don't have to be panic buying.
Yes.
That's the first thing first. And then the second one, we need to change our behavior of meals.
Okay.
Changing to other healthy foods.
That's right.
I think
there's also a lot of other substitutes that you can do, right? Another carbs that you can eat.
Yes, exactly. I think we have to promote healthier foods or healthier meals in order to mitigate the impact of the El Nino on the food commodities, especially prices.
Absolutely, and now this time nor better, right?
Yes. Thank you so much, Bapak Joshua Pardede, Head of Economist of Permata Bank. And we are going for a break, and after the break we still have updates from around the world for you, so stay with us on C Morning Show.